Okay, let's see here. It says that I am live. I'm waiting for my signal to get stronger. Come on, YouTube. Come on, Google, whoever. I want to get this live stream underway. With me only having one dot as far as connectivity when I am hooked directly to my modem, something screwy here. I hate when I have problems with my internet, and I'm sorry I am late, everyone. Just as I was getting ready to go live at 6 p.m. this evening, my computer was doing an update and it was keeping me from going live. But I guess it is what it is. And I want to say welcome to the Nomad Prepper 2. This is Tony D that's with you today. I'm going to go through items which you should be stocking up on as much as possible and as quickly as possible because we see food shortages. Today I had been at 3 different stores just to find one item because apparently stores aren't keeping up with things. We all know we're seeing spotty shelves at a lot of different grocery stores. Anyway, on that note, let me put my spectacles on and go through what I have written down here for food items you should stock up on. Now, we all know that our body needs proteins, it needs carbohydrates, and it needs lipids. As far as proteins, your body needs the amino acids. The building blocks are your meats, your fish, your eggs, and your soy. Your carbohydrates that your body uses are different sugars, which is your fast energy. Also, breads, pasta, potatoes, and rice. That is also high proteins. Your body also, for lipids, it needs fats, which is slow energy. Cheese, eggs, nuts, and dairy are all other options that your body would need. Now, today, here's some things that you should gather up. And I'm not saying to go crazy and get it all right now, but if you have the money to be able to invest in these items, I suggest getting them together as soon as possible. Now, I will start out with water. Everybody needs water. They say 1 gallon per person per day. However, being here in Florida and after being through a hurricane, I was without water for 21 days. And I want to suggest that you you have say 3 gallons per person per day. Considering you're going to use water not only for drinking, you're going to need water for washing your dishes and such, as well as say another gallon for uh, personal hygiene, things of that nature. You're always going to need water. Or if you have a toilet, you're going to need water to flush down the waste down your toilet. Another thing you're going to need are grains. Why I say that is grains you need for making flour, your wheat berries. Also, a lot of people will go crazy if they don't have coffee. So stock up on coffee. Get the coffee that is foil wrapped and pressure sealed. Why I say that is because that will last you a lot longer than the coffee you buy that's in these plastic containers that just have the plastic lid on them, and they just your coffee just won't last. Another thing is soda ash. That's another thing to have. How about eggs? Now, we see that this past weekend we had another manufactured eggplant that caught on fire. Eggs are going to be going up to, they're predicting $12 for a dozen eggs. So that's $1 per egg. So eggs are going to get very expensive. Another thing is whey protein powder. And a lot of people that bodybuild know exactly what that is. But when you buy the whey protein powder, try not to buy the powder that has a lot of soy in it. Buy the whey protein powder that is nutritional, because the only thing the soy powder is going to do is give you man boobs. Let me get a drink. I'm going a little hoarse here. All right. Now, you also want to purchase different types of flour. You have wheat flour, not with the S at the end, like I just said. You'll want wheat flour. You can get your regular white bleached flour, and there is also the self rising flour. So you'd want to go ahead and, excuse me, get your hands on flour if you can. Canned meats. Excuse me. Everybody should be wanting to get a hold of canned meats. You have canned chicken, which I had noticed today at my local Wally World, where you used to buy the 4-pack of canned chicken for $7, and it used to be $7.60. It's now $7.80, but they do not package them in the 4 cans like we used to be able to buy them. Now they're selling 2 cans of chicken, uh, taped together, so to speak, with that plastic sealing on it. Now they're charging $7.80 for 2 cans of chicken instead of 4. So the price of canned chicken, chicken breast has, I should say, doubled in price. You also want to purchase canned meats, canned roast beef. I'm sorry, canned roast beef, uh, canned pork. You can also buy the canned hams. Um, you can also buy spam if you like spam. You could get the great value luncheon meat and things of that nature. The Vienna sausages, things of that nature that you can open the cans, and all of these all these canned meats. You don't even have to heat them up. You could just eat them right from the can if need be. Another thing is your pastas. Okay, let me take these glasses off. These they bug me a little bit for some reason. Aha, better. Okay. Pastas. Don't forget to stock up on your pastas, your spaghetti, your elbow macaronis, your rigatonis, your ziti, whatever you like as far as pastas. A lot of people like the romaine noodles. That's fine and dandy. Romaine noodles really nutritionally they're not good for you because of all the gluten they have in them, but have at it if that's what you like. Okay. Onions is the next thing that I'm going to talk about. All right. People, you want to have onions to mix for your different meals that you're going to make. Potatoes. If you're growing a garden, onions are perfect to grow. Potatoes grow just about anywhere in any kind of soil. Potatoes are very easy to go. Sweet potatoes, if you can't get them, you can grow them, or take the slips off of them and start sweet potatoes. Sugar is another thing. You can get granulated sugar, your powdered sugar. You're going to need things like that. Your brown sugar, you're going to need those for cooking, or baking, I should say, or just regular sugar for adding for cookies or bread, or just adding it to your cereal, whatever. You're going to want that. Beef broth. You can purchase broth in a can, and I can't get to it. You can buy them in the box. You can get the chicken broth or uh, beef and pork broth. Pork broth is kind of hard to find now, but you can get the beef broth, or you can use your bouillon cubes, which are I myself I have chicken and beef bouillon cubes. You also want to stock up on butter. And I seen the price today at the supermarket, and I was like, holy mackerel, did butter shoot sky high? I got 1 pound of butter, and I says, that's all I'm going to get, because I do have well over 10 pounds of butter already stocked up. So I just bought 1 instead of 2 like I normally do every month. Or, excuse my hacking. Or you can also melt your butter down and make ghee. There are a lot of people here on YouTube that do various videos on how to make ghee. It's very simple, and ghee lasts forever. Garlic is another thing that you might want to uh, go to the store and get. How about yeast for your baking? You always want to have yeast. And beans. Beans are good because beans are very filling. Doesn't make a difference if they're the brown beans, the red beans, the lima beans, the black-eyed beans, all them kind of beans. I mean, beans are very good to have. Peas are also good to have. Another thing to stock up on is your soups. And as for myself, I like to get even like my cream of mushroom soups, and Dinty Moore stew, uh, even the New England clam chowder by Campbell's, the big healthy hearty cans of soup, or some people like the Progresso soups. Get your soups and things like that. Soups are another thing. You just heat them up and eat them right out of the can if you had to. Frozen veggies are a good thing to do, or you could dehydrate them. Also, your fruits. Now you can get canned fruits if you can. Elderberry, which is good and healthy for you. I've been having a hard time trying to find elderberry. So, if anybody knows where I can get elderberry, let me know, huh? Cereal, grits, oats. Those are all things that you'd want to get together. Even granola, the granola bars, they're perfect emergency foods. So, you want to have these things. I'm not sure how well this video is coming out, because my internet keeps on fluctuating as far as connectivity. But hopefully it's working out well. Don't forget your freeze-dried foods, people. I have the freeze-dried Augustin Farms eggs in the big number 10 cans, um, because since eggs are going up in price rapidly, as well as your chicken, I suggest that you stock up on that. You can get freeze dried chicken, you can get freeze dried eggs. Doesn't have to be Augustin Farms, it can be Nutrient Foods, it can be Legacy Foods, it could be Foods for Patriots, that's another one. These are all different. Those are different freeze-dried companies. But you need to stock up on these things, okay? Honey, if you can get honey, and I'm not talking the little bottles that you get at your grocery stores. To me, as far as I'm concerned, you're getting ripped off. You're better off buying a quart jar of honey from your local honeybee producer in your area, even like a farmer's market or something like that, where there's people that sell honey. Those are places where you want to get the quart jars of honey. That's healthier for you than the stuff you buy in the store. Why I say it is because it's grown. The honeybees are producing the honey in your local area, and it has all the excuse me, it has all the proper nutrients that keep people from having allergy problems and things like that. So that's why I say your local honey. Vinegar. Get your white vinegar and your mother's vinegar, which, you know what? I was at the store today and I forgot to get vinegar. If you don't write this stuff down, people, you forget, you know? Lard is another thing. Your Crisco lard shortening. You want to have that stuff. Your oils, like extra virgin olive oil, or your canned sprays, like your Pam spray. Get something that you like. Use them. Also, cheese. You always want to get cheese. You can freeze dry cheese. You can dehydrate cheese. But cheese is a good thing to have on hand. Also, your milks. They have shelf-stable milks now that you can purchase, which a lot of you know. As for myself, I this week am going to try and can milk with my mason jars. I have watched a few videos on YouTube from people that showed how they can milk, and they tell me that if you're going to use, say, canning milk, you're better off using like 2% milk, because after you can it, it's just like whole milk. So I'm thinking about doing that with a half gallon of 2% milk. They say it'll last up to 2 years in regular room temperature. Also, your other creams that you want to get, like your evaporated milk, things of that nature you want to get and keep on hand. I want to remind you that once I get 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away this 1 ounce silver bar. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel, people. I am also doing the same thing on One Liberty, One Freedom. So if you go to that channel, you can go ahead, and I will be doing the same thing once I hit 1,000 subscribers. So please share, like, and subscribe this channel to your friends and relatives and people you know. Okay, another thing I want to get into is some people do like and other people don't, but you can purchase different kinds of tea. You can get your, say, dandelion tea. You could purchase that if you don't have dandelions in your yard to make your own dandelion tea. You could purchase at grocery stores your dandelion and root teas. You can also get the chamomile and all these other different kinds of teas that relax you and things of that nature. Get what you feel is best and you will like. Dandelion tea, however, is healthy for you. And you might want to stock up on that. Excuse me. Well, I'm all dehydrated today because I've been out in this hot 90-some degree weather today. Please excuse me for that. Okay. Now, besides your teas, you want to get rice. And I would suggest, if you're going to stock up on rice, stock up on the white rice. You do not want to get the brown rice and put that away. Brown rice only lasts about 6 months and then it goes rancid on you. So please, if you're going to get rice, if you plan on using a brown rice within 6 months, you're good. But after 6 months, it can go rancid and you could end up with botulism from it. Okay, another thing you might want to get is nuts, walnuts, Brazil nuts, peanuts, things like that. They're good to stock up on and they are good and nutritious for you. When you do purchase it, I suggest that you purchase and watch the expiration date that is on those nuts because after a certain amount of time, those can also go rancid on you. Other things to stock up on, say liquor. Any liquor that is 80 proof or higher is a good liquor to have, and because you can use that as a good barter item, and it's a good uh, flammable item for Molotov cocktails in case you need it for that certain situation. Also, if you're a beer drinker, stock up on your beer. If you're a wine drinker, you might want to stock up on your wine. Um, Other things that some people uh, should be getting into, and this is not a food category, but people that smoke cigarettes, you might want to buy your tobacco in tubes or your can of dips and things like that. You better stock up on that because I'll tell you what, if our grid goes down and the shelves go empty in these stores and we go into a full SHTF situation, you're going to want to have these items because, and if you are somebody that doesn't smoke and you have dip or cigarettes in tubes and things of that nature, very, very good barter item. Okay. All right. To get back into food items, you might want to stock up on brown sugar, which is very good for baking. And it's also good for apple pie moonshine if you make it, which I do. Or molasses, which is another thing. And you can use molasses to make brown sugar. All right. Another thing for baking and cookies and things of that nature is your corn syrup, your baking powder, and baking soda. All right. Those are good things to have. Don't forget your herbs and spices, your different seasonings like salt and pepper and Italian seasoning and thyme and cloves and you name it, all kinds of goodies like that. You want to get these things together. I had a heck of a time just trying to find apple pie spice. They had all kinds of pumpkin spice, but once again, 3 different stores, and I finally found it in the last store. And I had to have a store worker help me to find it because she went on her phone and she's checking out the stuff that they got in the store. And she goes, "Yeah, we still have some." And she was sort of going through all the different jars of seasonings and everything. And sure enough, she found one for me. And I was like, "Yay!" All right. Um, let's see here. All right. Don't forget your salt and pepper. Don't forget, like I said, your seasonings. Don't forget to get salad dressings. Salad dressings will last a long time without even being refrigerated. Once you open it, they do say that you should refrigerate after opening. Don't forget your mayonnaise or Miracle Whip, whichever you prefer. Ketchup, mustard, soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, or Worcestershire, however you want to say it. Another thing, comfort foods, hard candy, which is a comfort food, your chocolates, whatever kind of chocolate you like. It's always good to buy a bag or two of chocolates and put it in a mason jar and seal. You don't have to seal it, but just put it in a mason jar and put the lid in the ring on it, and that'll last you better than a year or so. Don't forget maple syrup, pure maple syrup. Yes, it is a little more expensive, but it's worth it to have pure maple syrup. Also, your vanilla for your baking. Cornstarch is another thing that you should have. Olives, if you like olives, you can get the green olives, black olives, all kinds of different kind of olives. You can buy the olives with the instead of the red pimento in them, you can get them with the garlic in them. I like those. Those are good. Jerky, instead of buying it in a store, you can make your own jerky if you have a food dehydrator. I have a food dehydrator and I do make a lot of jerky. So that's something good to have. Hot sauces. I've got a good dozen or better of different types of hot sauces because I use them in my beef jerkies. Don't forget, don't forget cornmeal. You can buy the Jiffy packs of cornmeal. That's a good thing to buy and stock up on. If you're gonna keep them for long-term storage, I would suggest that you put them in, say, the pint jars and put the ring and put the lid and ring on it, and then this way it'll stay sealed and no bugs will get into it, and it'll last you a long time. As long as it stays in a cool, dry place, it'll last almost forever. Um, Jarred gravies. I say that because a lot of people, you won't be able to have the proper items to make your own gravy. Of course, flour is pretty simple and stuff like that. But still, I suggest jarred gravy that you could buy at the stores because it's already pre-made. All you got to do is open a jar and you put it over. You could heat it up or you can put it on whatever you cooked up and it should be fine. Don't forget to get vitamins. A lot of people should have vitamins put away. Um, and like I said, people, those are items that everybody should want. You should have these things. Um, and it's like I say, don't forget your grains, your flour, your wheat flour, your self rising flour, your rice, your brown rice. It doesn't last as long, but don't forget barley, corn, oatmeal, oat bran, rye, popcorn, sunflower seeds, and pumpkin seeds. Um, your wheat berries, which is your sorghum, um, mushrooms. You can take these items and you can build. Excuse the train going by. You could build your own MREs with dehydrated food. Yeah, I hear you. Also, I want to let you know that don't forget they have drinks like V8 juice, and you might want to get your V8 juice, your powdered drink mixes. Um, if you don't have a lot of these foods that I mentioned, go to your stores and get your seeds. Okay, the only place around me that I was able to get seeds was my local Tractor Supply. I had gone to Wally World and tried to buy seeds, and they told me, "Oh, we donated our seeds away." I go, "This is planting season, and you donated your seeds away?" I says, "How about us local people? You could have donated to us. I would have gladly taken some seeds for free." Um, but anyway, grow your own garden. I have a garden growing, which I have many, many things growing in my garden right now. Um, don't forget, I know fertilizer is getting short and it's hard to come by and it's a little expensive, but I suggest getting your fertilizers, your pesticides. Don't forget your pet foods if you have pets. Definitely want to go ahead and get those things. So that's just a quick list of items that I wanted to go through that you may want to get together. And there's many, many more items that you might need to get. There may be items that I missed. But if you're going to stock up on food, I suggest you purchase the items that you use, okay? Say, like for kids, they like the SpaghettiOs or Chef Boyardee and things of that nature. Chicken noodle soup, things of that nature. If you use them and you like it, there's nothing wrong with buying those things and stocking it up and putting it away. Your canned goods will last way longer than your expiration date. Okay? Your canned foods are made today to last. The only reason that they have an expiration date is because after that expiration date, they start losing nutritional values, but you still get nutrition out of them. They're still healthy to eat well past the expiration date. That was just something that people used to complain about. Oh, well, there's no date on it. I don't know if it's good or not, blah, blah, blah. I mean, heck, when I was in the service, we used to eat MREs that were 40 years old, and they were canned MREs. It's not like the MREs you get today that are all in these, Mylar bags and stuff like that, freeze dried foods. They were actually canned meats, like similar to what you get in Spam, and you'd get containers with crackers in them. You even used to be able to get in the MREs that we got in the service. You got a little pack of cigarettes with four cigarettes in them. I remember that very, very clearly, as well as a P38 to open the canned MREs with. But you used to be able to get these things. And like I say, these items were 40 years old and we ate them. Nobody got sick. Nobody died. And you always used to get a cookie, a chocolate covered cookie of some sort as a dessert type of thing with those meals. But still, people, if you want, go online and purchase MREs as well. Those have also gone up in price, but still, it's good to have these things in case of an emergency. Uh, your MREs will last you 25, 30 years, no problem. Same with your freeze dried canned foods that you buy, whether it be Nutrition, Legacy, Augustin Farms, any of those, or For Patriot Foods. Those will last 25 years minimum. Once you open them items up, they will last approximately a year or so once you open them up. But if they're unopened, they will last 25 years. And once you purchase them and you get them delivered to your house, I suggest that you write the date on that can as to when you received it so you don't lose track of how long you've had it. But the situation we're coming into today, more than likely, you will use it before that 25, 30-year date rolls around, because trust me, we're running into some very, very hard times. As we see Biden, our president, excuse me. Biden, our president, apparently his Build Back Better program is building backwards. It's not build back better, it's build back backwards. We're being destroyed by our government, people. It's almost time to have a revolution against this government. They are destroying us on purpose. Biden went ahead and stated, it's Trump's fault. Now it's Putin's fault or Zelensky's fault. Yeah, you know what? It's like the little kid that yelled wolf. He kept on yelling wolf so many times that when the real wolf appeared, nobody came to save him, and he was eaten by that wolf. Well, we're running into a similar situation with Biden. Oh, he's going to bring the gas prices down. Yeah, well, you know what? If he would have left things alone under Trump's policies, we wouldn't be in this predicament we're in right now. We would have been energy independent. People would still be working instead of people now staying home because they cannot afford to put the fuel, gas, or diesel in their vehicles. We have food processing plants that have had fires in the last 6 months. Oh, isn't that a miracle? It's a miracle, people. for the last 6 months. Never in the history of this country have we had this kind of stuff. But all of a sudden, mysteriously, in the last 6 months, 22 plants have had mysterious fires or grain silos that have caught on fire. All these different things that have happened. Now you got truckers that can't afford fuel in their tractor trailers to deliver products. Now we're short on getting products from other countries as well because Biden didn't get these ships unloaded off of the West Coast. There's still well over 200 container ships that are off the West Coast of California. And our government has told these captains of these ships, stay a couple of miles out so nobody could see these ships from shore. It's an ugly sight. Well, the only reason it's an ugly sight is because our government is keeping these ships from getting unloaded, and the products that are on these ships are going bad, getting moldy, and the foods are rotting in these containers in these ships. This is one of the worst presidents I have ever seen my whole entire life. We have the highest prices ever in this country on everything. This is why I suggest go back, start from the beginning of this video if you'd like. But I suggest that you purchase the items that I have mentioned throughout this video. Stock up on these items now. Food is not going to get any cheaper. All these items I mentioned are not going to get any cheaper. Gas is outrageously high. Last weekend, this past weekend, Saturday, not even a week. Today's what? Today's Tuesday. Saturday, I paid $4.85 for a gallon of gas. Guess what it is today? It's $4.55 today. It's getting ridiculous. Wait a minute. 485. I'm sorry, 490 is what it was today. I get my numbers mixed up because the prices are shooting up faster than I can keep track. Some people are seeing 15-cent increases per day. And not even 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, it was like $3.90 a gallon. Here we now are, not even a full month, and we're already up to $4.90 a gallon and higher in some stations. People, get the items that you need now. If you don't, I feel sorry for you. And don't say, oh, so-and-so is going to help me out if I can't get it. Well, you better hope and pray that someone helps you out, or you and your family could starve to death. Food is the number one thing, and water are the number one thing you're going to need. People, you can do without electricity. But one thing you can't do without is food and water. If you don't have water, your body starts degrading after 3 days. You can go as long as 2 weeks without food. But without water, you'll die. Please, people, get these items together. Prep up, stock up, get what you need now. It's better to have and not need than to need and not have. Now, I'm going to try and do another live stream Thursday evening. And those will be non-food items that you should get together for this SHTF situation. On that note, everyone, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Once I get 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away this 1-ounce silver bar. And silver is going to be one silver, silver, gold, and crypto, excuse me, are going to be the only things that are going to be worth anything. Our dollar is only worth, well, if I told you the truth, you wouldn't believe it, but it's less than a dollar. A dollar isn't even worth 85 cents today. And they're trying to get rid of that. But that's a different subject and that's a different topic. Anyway, people, I pray for everybody around the world. I pray for everybody here in America. God bless y'all. God bless America. Pray up, prep up, get your MAG together, which is a mutual assistance group for those who do not know what a MAG is. Get your items together now. I will see you Thursday here on Nomad Prepper 2. This is Tony D. Y'all have a good, safe night. Take care. Be prepared. Keep your head on a swivel. Good night, all. Nomad Prepper, out for now.